Grandma Little Munchkins, how's it going? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope everyone is having an absolutely fantastic day. I apologise, did not say it in the last video, but I am extremely sorry. Last week I was gone for like 5 days. I was gone. I went to go see my family. I've never been to Centre Parks, so I'm taking them there. So if any of you guys have any little tips about Centre Parks, if you're from the UK, please let me know, because I feel like a kid. I'm actually really quite excited about it. Next couple of weeks are going to be a little bit rocky, but bear with me. I will be back in full swing towards the mid of August. Also, I would like to make a little announcement, because after I unpackaged this lovely guy from Marie, if we remember, I unpackaged this, I was sent it by a very, very, very lovely subscriber of mine. It is a knitted plant. Absolutely love her. I have been inundated with people wanting to send me their own crocheted creations and various artistic pieces for over here and general, and I'm a massive fan of all of that. I've opened a PO box. I never thought I'd ever do it, but I've opened a PO box. I will put it in my description box if you are one of those people who want to and have messaged me or are going to message me about anything crocheted creation-y, because I'm absolutely a massive fan of it. I nearly cried when I unpackaged this one right here. I will leave a PO box linked in my description box if you do so wish to send any crocheted creation or anything like that. Right, so actually back to what we're talking about today. So today we're talking about a update to a video that I made a few days ago / last week about circles of hair.
10 months ago, your bill was $1,000, but that was including 2 of your products.
That's right.
Which were about $50 each. So today it's going to be pretty much similar to that, because we can see how much hair.
Yeah, how much product it's going to need to perm it.
For your trim, your pre-treatment, and your perm, you're looking at about $900. It was actually $908.
Yep.
So you're looking at that.
Yep.
You spend $1,000 every 10 months. It actually is cheap.
It is actually, isn't it?
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Now, Circles of Hair is owned by Charlene Lee, who is this lady right up here. And there was this girl called Summer that was calling her out because she was given such a terrible haircut and dye. It was absolutely awful. It was fire truck red, and she requested purple.
So when I first walked out, my hair color was fire truck red. There was no dimension, there was no warmth to it. It was literally fire truck red. I'll also attach a photo here. Yeah. So that was the color, and as you can see in the photo, there's actually bits that were cut off. So those bits that you can see that are shorter from the back, they were actually cut off. So they weren't like snapped off. Those bits were cut like that. It's disgusting and it's embarrassing. So yeah.
However, she has gone and she has had like the nicest cut and color. Her hair looks so much better. Oh my goodness gracious me.
Perfectly too. I could kiss you right now, my savior.
I love it.
So good.
I'm glad you love it. Here, let's take this off. That's stunning.
I love it.
Absolutely stunning. It's perfect.
Okay, I've just finished up with my haircut with Jamie at Main Street Blondes. Wow, it makes such a difference to have a good haircut.
With all that controversy, Circles of Hair, Charlene in particular, were just flat out ignoring everything the Summer was saying. But we have now got a response from Charlene herself. She's come back home from holiday, she's come back home from her hollybobs, and she's decided to lecture us and basically say that she's really disappointed in us because it's women tearing down women.
You know what the worst part is? It's usually other women. Grown women should know better.
Now, who are Circles of Hair? I Salon in Perth in Australia, and they charge horrendous prices for their cuts and colours. So you see some which are literally quoted at like 2.5K, which fair enough, they are using extensions, but but beside the point, I've seen some where they're literally cutting and dyeing hair. They're still charging 1,800 quid, and the results are never mind-blowing to the point where you go, yes.
How much did you pay?
2.5 grand.
2.5 grand, yeah. That's quite normal.
I can justify that. We're never at that level. At no point do I go, yeah, I want to part with my savings just for this hair.
And if you spend $1,000 every 10 months, it actually is cheap.
It is actually, isn't
Do
it?
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It is
yeah.
cheap.
Oh my God.
How good!
Wow.
You can see it's a different. I've twisted it a little bit more.
Yeah.
And we made it a little bit curlier because that's what you wanted.
Yeah, and it's a bit more like irregular, kind
Yeah.
of. Yeah.
Because I put about 4 different. You can see 4
The
different
sizes. Yeah,
sizes
it's
in
amazing.
rods. So it's so. Actually, I don't mind this length here.
No, I quite like it.
Cut around about a good half an inch off through that front section.
That is just one example. That's just one. I mean, that example is a very recent one, and I swear that hair looks mildly green. Now, I'm not a hairdresser, but my hair is not natural. Okay, I'll go and get this done. Like, I should go more often, but I don't because I hate sitting in a chair for that long, and I just don't like it. I don't like it. But yeah, I'll go like once every 5 or 6 months, which is whatever. But yeah, my hair's not natural. I'm naturally a brunette, you can probably tell. So yeah, I am aware of, you know, toning it and all of that jazz. Not to an absolute science am I aware of it, but I do understand. So yeah, so people have obviously had quite a lot to say about Charlene and her circles of hair.
Having a salon for 30 years.
Yourself out there getting roasted every goddamn fucking day.
But I think it's just, you know, making sure like we know who we are in the circles team. So we know everyone's so confident that we don't go with the trends. We stand by what we believe in, honest, raw, authentic, and it does definitely pay off.
She's really known for having a lot of trainees in, a lot of apprentices and things like that, which was one of Summer's complaints, whereby she had numerous people working on her hair, none of which is the one that she booked, and she paid like 800 and something quid, something like that, for what she had, and it ended up being awful. Anyway, so after that bit of controversy, Charlene has now responded. I'm just gonna let her play.
Been around long enough to handle the hate. I've got thick skin and years of experience behind me, but not everyone does. Lately, I've had so many young stylists messaging me saying, thank you for showing up every day and staying resilient and authentic. These guys are scared. They're scared to post. They're scared to speak, and they're scared to be seen. Because the second they do, there's always someone ready to rip them down. And you know what the worst part is? It's usually other women. Grown women should know better. We're setting a horrible, disgusting example if we let this slide. We're showing the next generation that bullying is quite normal, that confidence makes you a target, and that success is something to be punished. Or wonder why they're anxious, why they are holding back. I'm not here to stay quiet. I'm here to say, if you've got nothing good to say, just scroll on or go and fix whatever's broken in you that makes you want to break someone else. They're watching us and they deserve better than this, don't you think? Thank you for always the love and the support you give me every day. Love you guys.
Turns around and she's like, I can handle the hate, but the other girls are scared to post. And it's like, well, you know, if they do their job properly, then they won't be scared to post. Do you know what I mean? Do your job properly, then no one's going to be scared. That might sound really mean, but when we're talking about this amount of money and you're paying someone this amount of money to get your hair done, it needs to be good. And they can say they don't like it, that's fine. It was that last bit, just scroll on or fix whatever is broken inside of you, I swear. Also, bear this in mind, she's telling us all of this whilst wearing those hideously expensive and hideous glasses. Okay, so comments are, I support your content, but I've seen some horrific stories from your salon that are recent and no accountability has been taken. Anyone can put any review up. If a client is unhappy, the hairdresser should know about it before Google does. I found other hairdressers often leave the worst comments. I got dragged for 2 weeks on here because I said developer has peroxide in it. Criticism is healthy for growth. Hope you can learn to accept it. That. Someone speaking their truth on their real experience with you and your salon is not bullying. Hope this helps. Bullying isn't okay. Holding people accountable for unacceptable behaviour is necessary. Hey, so this is called deflecting. Hope this helps.
So I go back the next day. They're like, yeah, come through. I was like, can I speak to the manager? Like I need to speak to someone who's a manager, who's the boss, whoever. But this is not okay. Like I've had to come back in at $680 and I've got to come back in to get it fixed when it's not what I asked for.
Okay, so our next port of call to add to this layer of problems that is happening in this salon, there was a lady called Bridget and she posted this after summer. I've only recently just seen this. It's more recent. And she was sharing her experience that she had just 5 weeks prior with circles of hair. Okay, she had booked for a senior hairstylist, right? Senior hairstylist. She makes a change between having her hair pretty much black and then she then lightens it. She has had no issue before because her hair just goes really, her hair is fine to do. You can put some foils straight on it and it will lighten up. It's not going to go weird. She's been to different hair salons and they just put foils on her hair.
I don't know what kind of hair I've got, but you dye it will hold colour really well. Dyes really blonde really well, any other colour. Perfect. Picked a senior hairstylist because I just wanted a good job done. So went in, sat down with her and told her what I wanted to do. She then went on to tell me, well, I think we need to strip your black hair and then we'll go in with the foils. And I was like, I haven't had that before. I haven't needed to do that before. I would just prefer to do the foils and do it gradual. But she was pretty persistent with saying, no, I think we need to just to strip it. I would like to do that. I was like, okay, all right, let's do that then. You're the hairdresser, you know, you're a senior hairstylist, you know what you're talking about, right? So anyway, she went off, did a quote up for me, came back. I think it was $100 deposit, but it was in total, she came back with a quote of $680. I was like, Anyway, I was like, yep, that's fine. Started applying the stripper, trusting the process. She's like coming over and checking like the colour and how it's looking. And I'm seeing like it's, wow, okay, that's orange. Like that's really, really orange.
Bridget's a bit like, well, I don't know about that because I've always just put foil straight on it and it's always been absolutely fine. And they went, nope, this is what we're going to do. Well, essentially, it went wrong. And just like the issue that Summer had and what other people are saying, the senior hairstylist just upped and left, so didn't even see the finished product. So she's out here having her scalp is being scalded with boiling water by this trainee. And then after that, once again, she's getting it dried and stuff by people that are not the senior hairstylist. And it's not a good time.
She goes through and starts drying it to get it ready to apply colour and some highlights. Anyway, this is when I don't know who they are, like a trainee, a assistant, whatever, but it wasn't my hairdresser that had been working on my hair for the last couple of hours, takes me over. I sit there with the foils in and the colour, and then this assistant comes over and washes my hair. One of my favourite things about going to the hairdresser is getting my hair washed. Mind you, I'm pregnant, right? Like I'm sitting in this chair. It's been a couple of hours now. My head has just had this hair stripper in it and then now foils in it. So my head's burning, right? Like it's uncomfortable. She takes me over, sit down. She's so rough with my hair. Like my scalp is a bit tender. She's so rough. She's got gloves on. The water is boiling, like it was so hot. I had to say, that's actually really hot. Can you just turn it down a little bit? She's like, oh, sorry, I've got gloves on, I can't really tell. well, maybe take the gloves off then if you're not really aware of how hot the water is. Washing my hair and splashing water, like just so rough, not gentle, splashing water all over my face. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. Just uncomfortable the whole time. So anyway, that was not a fun experience. She takes me back over to the base, to my chair. Mind you, my hairstylist that I had requested and paid for, a senior hairstylist, comes over and she like checks it. She's like, oh my God, it looks so good. You're gonna love it. And then says, anyway, I've got to go now. Like, it's end of shift for me. It's like 5 p.m. You know, it's been like 5 hours. She's like, I've got to go. See ya. I was like, oh, okay. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but is that weird?
She does say that she does go back in the next day and she complains. She says this isn't right, and they offer her free shampoo and free conditioner. And oh yeah, we'll take some money off on your next one. So and they said to her, you can meet a hair colorist. You can meet our hair colorist. That's fine.
Blow dries it, straightens it. I didn't even really want it straightened, but obviously it was so fried and frizzy to make it look okay. She straightened it. Hated it. Was just like, what? I should have said it before, but I'd actually shown so many photos on what I wanted to be like, eventually get brown and have like that blonde caramelly with a like face framing and highlights and stuff. Like nothing to what my hair looked like. It was bright orange. So I go up. I was like, I'm really disappointed. This is not what I wanted at all. And I hate my hair. She's like, okay, we'll come in tomorrow. Come back. I'm like, really? I don't really feel like coming back. But come back and we'll have one of our other colorists like have a look over for you. What the fuck have I done? Like, it's just disgusting. It feels just dry and brittle and it's just frizzy and it just feels like it's snapped. I'm FaceTiming him when I get home and he's like, oh, it actually suits you. Like, I actually like it. I'm like, that's not the point. Like, it's not what I wanted. Like it actually doesn't look too bad. I was like, okay, it doesn't, but it's just not what I wanted. And my hair is fried and I just don't know where to go to from here. So I go back the next day. They're like, yeah, come through. I was like, can I speak to the manager? Like, I need to speak to someone who's a manager, who's the boss, whoever. And I've got to come back in to get it fixed when it's not what I asked for. But this senior hairstylist was adamant that I need to strip my hair. And she's like, okay, you know, like I am really sorry about that. Like we'll give you this free shampoo and conditioner, like a L'Oreal shampoo and conditioner, you know, and the next time you book with us, we'll give you like your a half a head of foils for free. Like you just pay for your color. I was like, okay, whatever. Like I said, sitting down with this guy who was a colorist who didn't even end up looking after me. He got someone else too. She ends up just putting like a color over what they'd put in my root and some low lights just to give a bit of dimension and maybe not make it look so orange. Looked a tiny bit better. This is it now. This is that result. But yeah, you can see patches. I'll try and I don't know if you can see it on camera, but my child is awake. It's horrible. Like, I don't even know what to do with this.
And the hair colorist isn't even the one that actually does her hair after anyway. So whatever, maybe she's just getting an opinion. Maybe that's what they meant, but they did not follow through with the hair colorist actually doing her hair. Her hair was, you know, ruined a little bit, but luckily it doesn't look anywhere near as bad as what happened to Summer. I mean, Summer's was really quite special. And you can really tell just how badly they did Summer's hair because, you know, when you go and look at what she's now been able to achieve by going to a new place, it's like a night and day difference. Who knows, maybe it is an issue with the fact that they just have too many trainees and apprentices running around, because by the sounds of it, with what Charlene has always said, they basically like try and get as many in as possible. It's a very, very, very busy salon and everyone always comments like how loud it is and there's lots of people running around. So I get it. People have to learn, but if you have booked with a senior hairstylist, they should be the person that's doing your hair. Even if they're not the one washing, because of course you're going to have to start somewhere. Like, yeah, they may not be the one washing your hair, but you'd want to stick around though to the very end. I reckon she knew that it was going to end up awful, so she just dipped and ran.
Do not charge what I want.
But yeah, that's basically it. I'm glad that both the ladies have managed to sort their own hair out. Charlene really, like, just, I swear, everyone always thinks that her videos are satire because that's how it comes across. But I think she's being genuine. She's been really quite serious. And to be honest, I had a few people in my last video saying that they had actually gone to that hair salon and it was either good or they had a bad experience. So it's very mixed. But some people were saying that, yeah, they went, but it was years ago when it was much better and now they have too many people going in. So there are people in my comment section that have genuinely gone and either had a good or a bad experience. But yeah, thank you so much for watching today's video. I will be back tomorrow, don't you worry. But like I say, on Monday, it's going to be a bit scarce unless I've got something additional to add within the summer holidays and all that. But I hope you guys are having a wonderful day wherever you are in this world. You take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I will catch up with you guys in the next video.